Well, the whole cakes take me back to my childhood when my grandmother used to make them. So it's like coming here and getting a little taste of home.
We used to go to Easter lunch every year, and my favorite part was always when your mom would bring out the hoe cakes and cheese biscuits. I felt so famous when she would hand me my cheese biscuit.
This is the kind of food that we grew up eating. We would eat fried chicken and collard greens and macaroni and cheese and candied yams and things like that, and sweet tea and hoe cake cornbread.
Can I swim up?
Nice to meet you, Glenn. You know, I heard you at the buffet say this better be good.
And it was. I've heard about how good this fried chicken is.
It is.
I know. So I thought I have to try it.
Did you enjoy it?
But I was giving up my scallops.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did.
Good. How's the fried chicken?
They'll have to tell you about that fried chicken again. It was amazing.
The best you've ever had?
Actually, yeah, it really is. I've had a lot of fried chicken. She says that's in by her mom.
Okay, y'all, we've got the staff of life right here in front of us. We got our hot biscuits, our jalapeno cornbread, and our lace hoe cakes. Look at that. Look how thin it is. I can almost read the paper through it. And that's the way I like it. All right, so here it is, y'all. This is the center of our plate. So I'm gonna use my big old paddle and see if I can get, look at that. Look at that. Look at those pepperoncinis. How beautiful is that? Now this pot roast, I can't hardly wait for y'all to try this. It's out of this world.
What makes wild Georgia shrimp, our local shrimp, better than any other shrimp in the world? Okay, first place, the marsh and the salinity and everything, we have a great tasting shrimp. Most of all of our shrimp are on 1 or 2 day boats, and that means they go out, they drag, they're not catching thousands of pounds, so the shrimp are headed, they're still good, firm, beautiful quality when we get them. Now you've got a shelf life on a good local shrimp that came off a 1 or 2 day boat for, let's say, a week if you keep it ice washed and proper. Shrimp from all around the world, they pond raise them, have no flavor to them. Now they catch shrimp down in the Gulf of Mexico, which, you know, sometimes we've seen those, they come up fresh, but they have an iodine-y taste. They don't taste as good as ours. So as far as the taste and everything else, ours is the greatest shrimp going. It's all in the cooking. So if you get a larger shrimp, we recommend when we're cooking, not over about a minute. Once it turns pink, you've already seasoned the water and everything, salt, Old Bay, or whatever you season it with. But the main thing on a shrimp is don't overcook it, because from time to time, some people will come back to us and say, oh, Lord, they were tough or whatever. Well, the thing is, they cooked them for 3 or 4 minutes. They've cooked all the goodie out of it. The brown shrimp and the white shrimp, 6 and 1, half a dozen the other. If you get the good quality shrimp, that's the main thing, the good quality shrimp. You can't have something that's a week old and, you know, try to compare it to something. So, yeah, both of them are equally good.
All right, so I'm gonna switch this to one of my neatest bowls in the world. This is actually a hush puppy bowl, y'all. So you want this pretty thick, because you don't want, when you drop your hush puppy batter, you don't want it going every which way. So this is what that extra little bowl is for, y'all. It's for your water, because before I can drop a hush puppy in the pot, you have to dip your spoon in water, and when you drop that hush puppy in, it'll all just slide right out of that spoon. The space that you live in really affects the way you feel. So my first recommendation is start by updating your window treatments with Smith & Noble. Smith & Noble's beautiful handcrafted blinds, drapes, shades, and shutters are custom made just for you, and they offer different service options to fit your needs. To get started today, contact Smith & Noble to get my special limited time offer, 25% off on your window treatments, plus free design consultation. Create a space that you're gonna love. For details about my special offer, go to smithandnoble.com/Paula. That's smithandnoble.com/Paula, or call 1-800-659-3300. That's 1-800-659-3300. So I've got some interesting facts that I want to tell y'all about Julia. And I do love and adore this one. When she was doing Julia's baking show, she used 753 pounds of butter to make that show. 753 pounds of butter Julia's used. I love that fact. You know, to this day when I'm out and about, people call me the butter lady. And that's all right with me. That is perfectly all right with me, because there was a lady that used more butter, at least as much butter as I use, possibly more, and that was Julia Child. So you put me in her company and I'm just fine. I am just fine with that, y'all. All right, so we got our chicken browned. I've got our bacon back in our pan. And now we're gonna add our cognac and we're gonna try to flame it. How's that? Okay, here we go. Whoa! Julia, girl! Now that's getting it. Look at that pan. I like the way Julia thinks, don't you, Gus? That is beautiful, y'all. Beautiful. I hear you.
I talked to Bobby just before I talked to you, and I was gonna get my feelings hurt.
Why?
They're not hurt anymore, though. Because I'm the firstborn. How come I wasn't the first? Thanks for having me,
I
Mom.
love your head off.
Love you too.
I love you so much.
Come on now.
And you know, I got lipstick all over you. And you know, I don't care how old they get. They will always be your babies, won't they?
Seriously.
Always. Oh, quit fussing. All right, Jamie's favorite meal in the whole world. If you ask Jamie what he wants for dessert, what do you ask for, Jamie?
I'd like fried pork chop, please.
For dessert. So that's what I'm fixing for him today. And it's just me and Jamie. So does Brooke make them better than Mama?
No way, Mama.
Now, I know.
Brooke
I can take the truth.
No, Brooke doesn't make fried pork chops.
I was gonna say you've never fried anything in your house.
Not one time. Brooke bakes them, and I love them. Yeah, but listen, when Brooke makes pork chops for dinner, I eat the pork chop, and then for dessert, the pork chop sandwich. I'll tell you one thing Brooke makes better than you, and that's meatloaf. Brooke Dean makes the best meatloaf I've ever eaten in my life.
She does.
She does. And you know, the best thing about me telling you that is that I'm gonna get meatloaf soon. Because every time I tell you somebody does something better than
make
you,
it better.
I know. It's time and time again. I love it when you take the challenge.
I will. I'll take that challenge.
Meatloaf tomorrow.
Yes. Bon appetit, son.
I love you, Mama.
I love you
I'm
too,
proud of you.
son. And I'm proud of you.
Thanks for having
I'm
me.
so blessed.
Look, we got, oh, golly Moses.
What is your favorite movie that you've ever done? And I'll tell you mine.
Well, I get that question, but
I bet you've been asked it 1,000
a long
times.
time ago that might have been easier, but it's now over 40 years, and you go,
Yeah.
oh, well, this, and I kind of think of all these different jobs as like kids, and you go, which one's your favorite?
Yeah.
Kind of hard to answer.
You know, I hear you. That's the answer I give.
And I like.
How do you say which kid's your favorite?
Yeah, I like different ones for different reasons. You know, it could have been a great time. It could have been, well, I always wanted to do that type of thing, or it could have been, a blue ribbon location, or it could have been the greatest cast I ever worked with, or it could have, I mean, there's so many different elements involved. But I suppose I have to say Platoon because it was the one that skyrocketed and shot my career, and many other careers too, like Forrest Whitaker and Johnny Depp and Charlie Sheen, and and so many of us,
Yeah. Now, how do you eat your meat? I forgot to ask you.
Medium rare.
Yes. If you'd have said well done, I'd had to come over there and give you the old boot.
I know. My mother would do that and take her out to dinner, and she goes, "I want it well done," and she'd go, "Burnt." I'm going, "Oh."
I tell people if they're gonna do that to a good steak, just have a hamburger.
I know.
Have a hamburger.
Yeah, but I would cringe.
I know.
And if it was a French chef, they'd probably come out and throw it at you.
Oh, they would. They would.
No, they'd refuse.
Or they'd refuse. For ketchup.
They would refuse. Yeah, they would refuse
Go in
to.
and ask a French chef for ketchup, and they will ask you to leave.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
The space that you live in really affects the way you feel. So my first recommendation is start by updating your window treatments with Smith & Noble. Smith & Noble's beautiful handcrafted blinds, drapes, shades, and shutters are custom made just for you, and they offer different service options to fit your needs. To get started today, contact Smith & Noble to get my special limited time offer, 25% off on your window treatments, plus free design consultation. Create a space that you're gonna love. For details about my special offer, go to smithandnoble.com/Paula. That's smithandnoble.com/Paula, or call 1-800-659-3300. That's 1-800-659-3300.